quite interesting. So a lot of content in there and a lot to think about. But of course, burning question is, how does this impact the business of the Business Central partners?
Yeah, good question. Because the Universal Code Initiative, the fact when fees are applicable to you is when customers are migrating to Business Central and your code is not cloud optimized or in extensions yet. So taking a look at the customers of our partners, if the customer is on NFV and they don't have the wish to go to Business Central on short term, then there is no issue on short term, because if they are not migrating to Business Central in the next year or two, then you have basically 1 year or 2 years to get your code cloud optimized. But for those customers who want to migrate to Business Central on short term, then there's the impact. And it's good to know that for those customers who already licensed Business Central before the 1st of April this year, then there's also no impact. But basically, every customer now on NFV who would like to migrate to Business Central and they didn't license it before April 1st this year, then they are applicable to fees if the code is not in extensions and or not cloud optimized. And that means that if it's not in extensions, you will the impact starts in 2023 with getting the fees. And the fact if it's not cloud optimized, the impact starts in 2024. And of course, if customers are already on BC, then there is no impact. And it's good to know that the question, if the customers license it before April 1st this year, that's the first registration date in the partner portal. But there's more than just having a look at your customer portfolio and what the impact is if customers are migrating, yes or not, because customers will get the fees that can increase up to $250 per user per year. That's the financial compelling event. But another fact where Microsoft is pushing the partners more and more into the back is that they are now informing the end customers about the situation, because basically customers will get notified by Microsoft that they are served with an old version by you as a partner. That's something which was not common in the last period, but now basically Microsoft is informing the end customers directly. And the fees will be charged to the partner of record. And then, of course, the partner need to decide, are we going to charge our customers for these additional modules? And that's something to think about, because normally you would say, okay, if we are charged by Microsoft, we charge the end customers. But now this is a difficult sales cycle, I would say, with your customers, because you have to explain why they need to pay more, because basically they need to pay you more because your stuff is not cloud ready yet. So that's an interesting discussion with your customers. And like I said before, even if you're only serving on-prem customers, it's still applicable to you as well. So it should be in extensions before 2023, and it should be cloud optimized before 2024 to make sure you're not getting any fees. But like I said, the partner of record will be charged by Microsoft. But what if your code is cloud optimized in extension, so no problem, but in the same tenant of that end customer of you, there is an ISV solution, maybe you're even not aware of that, or they have per tenant extensions which are not cloud optimized, then you as partner of record will get the fees. And then you need to have the discussion with your customers. And what to think about if you have old IP where you're serving your current customers with on NAV, and you already have developed a complete new app for your new Business Central customers, but that's you went back to the drawing table, created a completely new app, and that's different than your old traditional IP. So what are you going to do with that old IP. If the customers are still on NFV, no problem. But if they want to migrate and keep the IP, you're in, of course, you're in problem. And last, it will be technically enforced. So if your customers are not on cloud optimized code, not in extensions, they need to have, of course, that additional modules license, and Microsoft will check that. And the question is, of course, how are they able to check? But of course, if you migrate to Business Central and you need to renew your license file, that's a moment where Microsoft can, of course, do some checks. So I would say, huge impact for the partners.